Hi everybody. So now we are working on our next topic, and that topic is about scatter plots and trend lines. So for this lesson, we will be writing an equation of a trend line and a line of best fit. And also, we will use the trend line and the line of best fit to make predictions. All right. So we start with some important terms first. We have our scatter plot. And when we say a scatter plot, it is a graph that relates two different sets of data simply by displaying them as ordered pairs, okay? So typically when you have a data set, usually in table form, all you need to do is locate them on your graphing area and then just plot those each of those data points. So your scatter plot can have three possible looks, okay? It could have a positive correlation in such a way that you will notice that as the y tends to increase whenever your x is increasing, okay? So as you can see, you have a somehow related to your positive slope. So your scatter plot is leaning to the right. When it is leaning to the left, so you can imagine like a negative slope of the line, that is when you have a negative correlation. So your plot, as you can see, what happens is as your x value increases, the y value is going down. And then when all your points are all over the place, then there is no correlation with those data set. Okay. All right, so let's have an example on how we can create a scatter plot. So here we have a table of value, and this table shows us the altitude of an airplane and the temperature outside of the plane. So as you can see here, altitude, that's our x value, so right, and then the temperature, it depends on the altitude of the plane, so this is our y value. So how can we create our scatter plot? Okay, so definitely we need a graphing area. So if you're going to consider our altitude is from 0 until the highest altitude that we have is 5,000. For your y values, okay, what you can think of is look at the lowest possible value, which is 0.6, and the highest possible value that you can see is 60. So you can have this by 10, all right? So all you need to do, so let me just put in our labels here first. So this is 20, oops, sorry, that's 20, and then this is 40, and then this is 60. Okay, so all you need to do is plot the points according to these ordered pairs. So you have 0, 59, so you have 1 point over here, 500, 59.2 somewhere over there, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me just plug in all the values in here. You can try this one on your own as well on your graphing area. Go ahead. Okay, so looking at all the points, so I just pretty much plotted everything here. What type of relationship can you think of with regard to this scatter plot? Okay, so you can see as your x value, as the altitude is going higher, your temperature is going down. So we can say that this is going to have a negative correlation. Okay, oops, negative correlation. Okay, that's what we have in there. So let's have our next example. Hold on, sorry, my bad. Okay, so you can try this next one on your own. I have here your corresponding graphing area. This time we are looking at the dollars spent and the gallons bought when you are getting some gasoline. So try and identify what kind of relationship the scatter plot will show. Go ahead. All right, so given this data set here, table of values here, our x values is the dollars spent, and our y value here is the gallons number of gallons bought for gasoline. And so here, as you can see, as more you are spending more money, okay, then the more number of gallons of gasoline you're able to buy. And so as you can see, looking at the positions of our scatter plot here, we can say that there is a positive correlation between the amount spent and the amount of gallons bought for gasoline. All right, so let's take a look at some additional words that are very important for this lesson. you will hear the words trend line, and this is simply a line that is on a scatter plot drawn near the points. Okay, so as much as you can, the trend line, that particular line, as much as you can, touch as many points as you can with the trend line. So it's like a representation for the correlation. Okay, now we have two kinds of prediction that we can do based on the trend line. We have what we call as interpolation, and we also have what we call as extrapolation. Interpolation is simply predicting a value if you have two known values, in between two known values. Okay, so it's a prediction within your data set. So say for example, if one of your data is 10 and then the other one is 5, if you are going to make a prediction around the value of 7 or the value of 6, that is what you call as interpolation. Okay, extrapolation, on the other hand, you are predicting an outside value. Okay, so for example, if if the data that you have available, let's say, is 4 and then 6 and then 8, and then you look at a pattern. Okay, if you are going to make a prediction for 20, that is what you call as extrapolation. Okay, it's outside your range of given values. Okay, and so these important terms are very important because you will be seeing a lot of them when we talk about line of best fit and also how we can make these predictions. Okay.